going on, everyone? Moose here, Airguns of Michigan, and today I want to bring you guys a video that a longtime follower of mine brought up and said, man, you know, Moose, I really would love to hear about O-rings in our air guns and really what those numbers mean, you know, the 70, the 90, the things of that nature. So we're going to do this in a very, very, very simple way. I'm not going to get really scientific into it because I could probably talk your ear off for about an hour over that. But, you know, so that is the biggest issue that we run into with PCP air guns and the accessories go with them. Compressors, tanks, things like that, right? O-rings inherently go bad over time. You know, like for example, even in my, this is one of my hoses for one of my tanks. The little O-ring that sits down in the middle of here will sometimes go bad, causing it when I connect this to my gun to actually leak. So I replace these a lot, which I'm sure that some of you guys do as well. Being inside of other guns, I'm not going to take one apart. It's not that important right now, but I will answer anybody's questions if you have them. But let me just say, there are O-ring kits readily available for most of the major manufacturers. You can find them either through the manufacturer themselves or sometimes even the shops that you bought them at. A good reputable shop will hold extra O-rings, and if in fact you have one that's bad, you can certainly reach out to the company and they will let you know, if they have it and blah blah, and they'll get it for you. Even if it's something like if if they don't carry it. I know at high pressure pneumatics, for example, if you need an O-ring, you could call Tom and he will help you look it up. If he can figure out which one it is, he can get that O-ring for you and ship it to you. So that's the easy way to do it. Now, there are some of us that, we have the O-ring kits. For example, this is one from an FX gun, and these are the replacement O-rings. And then the other thing that I do oftentimes is I go pick up these O-ring kits at Harbor Freight. Super cheap, they're metric, they fit most of the problems that I have. I don't really know if they're 70 or 90. I would assume that they're 70. So sometimes they work really well, other times not so much. But it does give you a wide assortment of different, everything from small. Really, the reason I bought these mostly was to get these O-rings. But I found that over the times, I've used a few here and there of some of the other sizes to seal air guns. Now, is this the absolute no? No, that's only going to solve some of your problems. Now, there is a way for you to take an O-ring and figure out exactly what it is. So this is a 214. So let's see, 214 should be 24.7 internal size. So we're going to take this, use our calipers in metric. And my battery's dead because it was out here in the garage. But opening this up and measuring the inside diameter, we should, and we do, roughly 24.7 millimeters, right? So, and I could see that right there's the 20, and I'm just below the 25. So 24.7 would be my internal ID diameter. And then we can measure the thickness of the O-ring itself. And because mine isn't coming on, I can't really tell you. But, yeah, I could say it's roughly, 30. So if I look back on my chart in here, it is 3.5. So 30, I meant 3.0. So 3.5 millimeters thick, right? So you can measure them that way. Now, the hardness value, right? Is it a 70 or is it a 90? And what does that mean? Well, what it means is that is basically the hardness of the rubber. They actually have another word for it, and it's eluding me at the moment. But what it means is that the higher the number, the less likely that O-ring is to smash and allow anything past it. Yes, right? The less it's able to extrude. Okay, that's actually the best way to put it. So imagine putting, you know, I don't know. It's hard to tell without having something, but you're sealing a surface, and there's an O-ring here. If that was like, you know, a really super soft and spongy O-ring, and we smashed it up against this, it could actually extrude into the hole and then cause a leak. So 90 is going to be harder, which means that it's not going to lose its shape as easily as to where a 70 would lose its shape before the 90 would. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, once again, back to proper O-rings. It's very important that we use what the manufacturer calls for. And why do we say that? Well, because, you know, number one, we're dealing with high pressure. And we certainly don't want anything bad to happen to our, you know, our faces, our eyeballs. And, you know, if you've got something in an air gun that's around your facial area and you have an O-ring failure, you know, air rushing at your eyeball, especially in these circumstances, can be dangerous. They really can. It can cause you great pain and a lot of anguish, including you could absolutely go blind, without a doubt. So using the right O-ring is absolutely paramount. So just remember, you know, call your local shop, ask them. You know, when I used to, you know, work at High Pressure Pneumatics, we used to get people all the time. Man, I got a leak here. We look it up, order it for them, ship it out to them. So, you know, anybody's going to be able to do that. Utah should be able to help you out with that. You know, if you have a gun that you bought from, you know, like an Air Venturi or an Avenger or an Umarex, you know, anything that like Pyramid's really known for, you can actually call Pyramid Air, and they should be able to help you out in getting those O-rings as well. But, you know, lots and lots of shops will do it. You know, it's a lot of them are readily available on the internet as well. You can actually Google search. But like I said, you can also reach out to the manufacturer themselves and just say, hey, you know, what O-ring do I need for this? Or do you sell the O-ring repair kit? And chances are they do, and they're not expensive. If somebody's trying to get you for $30 for a rebuild kit, you might want to check around. Now, there are some guns, and just to be clear, that are no longer made, and the new old stock is very sought after. Yeah, you might have to pay for that. But for your average air gun, the ones that we all have, the ones that are readily available, super cheap to get. I know FX, for example, is very good about helping out customers, you know, with, you know, helping them, you know, if you have a leak and replacing an O-ring, something like that. So with that being said, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. If you guys need to, drop a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer it. And if you'd like to see another video related to this or something similar, by all means, drop it in the comments down below. Maybe you'll end up making the video. So, till next time, be good to each other, and God bless.